Everybody wants to, everybody might have already set new goals, including us, as far as 2026 is concerned and so on. And one of the most important pillar for growth is adding people. This is not just new people. This could be replacing. This could be totally new addition or augmenting a team. So, is AI going to be able to help companies in 2026 to fill this gap? I think yes. It's not probably. I think 100% yes. But this space is evolving. We're seeing quality of these agents improving on a weekly basis at a high speed. The most important piece which I would start here is saying, who is this podcast for, right? Because we are on this topic. I think this podcast, anybody who is a business leader, hiring manager, P&L owner, recruiter, or an HR executive who is thinking about augmenting or adding people or recruiting or looking for these kind of roles, I think all of them should tune in, irrespective of the industry. You also made a very important point that it's not just technology, healthcare, or these things. We are talking in general. It is for every industry. And within every industry, the type of roles in every business, we know that there is a subject matter expert. There's someone who is very knowledgeable about the product, the services, and the solutions the company sells, and is required at a very critical situation where a new customer is asking for those information, and this subject matter jumps in, helps, comes as a savior to the salesperson as well as for the customer itself. And that is the type of roles which we are looking at, and why we are saying this is a complex role, but that's the role which is possible to be done by an AI, and we'll talk about that on how, when, and how should you plan, and how this actually things work later in the episode.
Yeah, awesome. All great points. And just want to spend a bit more time talking about the human role that everybody's hired for over the years, right? We pointed out why this role is necessary. Every company, regardless of what industry, needs some type of subject matter expert. When the questions get hard from customers or, again, maybe internal staff, there's always that guru, right? That person that everybody knows who the expert is, or maybe it's a team of experts that step in and deliver the answers, right? Always been filled by humans in the past, and some of the challenges of this role, right? If people think about it, number one, the nature of the role, the person has to be an expert, right, on that particular topic, which means they probably have years of experience, lots of expertise they're bringing to the table, which probably means they're not inexpensive to hire, right? You're hiring people with a lot of experience. Those people usually come with a higher price tag. In addition, it's sometimes difficult to find these people. You got to go out, the recruiters got to go out and find where these people are, if they're working, if they're looking for work. You got to kind of qualify them, filter through their qualifications, and make sure you're getting the subject matter expert that you're looking for. You put them through the interview process. That takes time, right? Again, I already talked about the probably high compensation that comes with it. Once they get on board, they've got to get ramped up with the company culture and processes and everything. And it takes a while before they're actually ready for action. And then they step in and do that job, right? But that's been the traditional way of hiring for this role over the years. Again, a lot of companies are doing it right to this very day. So AI might represent an easier, faster way, right? So maybe we shift to what do you believe AI can actually deliver instead, right? We kind of know what that human role looks like. How do you see AI stepping in and doing some of these or maybe all of these functions that people are looking for?
I can explain the functionality and how it works, but I want to summarize what you just made. It's a very good point you made. The challenges with these specialized subject matter experts, you rightly said, they have to have some good experience, training, years of experience, which means that they come with cost. So step one, step two, or the point number two is they're expensive and rare to find or difficult to find. If you have one, it is very important to retain them and not lose them. And the third and the most important piece is we need to constantly keep updating their knowledge, because what you sell is also constantly changing. And why did I summarize these things is because I wanted to segue in how AI can step in and improve this. So with that,
Yeah, the third point you made was important, right? They got to maintain their expertise or increase their expertise, which means
correct.
the certifications, exams, some type of training, right? Again, takes time, maybe an expense, but it's, you don't just
Yes,
step in as the expert. You got to maintain that expertise to maintain the
absolutely.
value.
It's like that famous saying, right? To get the position number one, it requires effort, but to maintain position number one, it requires more effort, right? Or a
Right.
consistent effort. So
Yeah.
it's not about just winning, but maintaining that position is also very important, and that's where millions and millions of dollars are spent on training, upscaling the level of expertise with your existing employees. So in this case, how should you start thinking right from budgeting, hiring, retaining, and upscaling your skills of your employees, how AI can step in? So let me break it down step by step. The first thing is, when it comes to budgeting, I would strongly recommend to all hiring managers, leaders who are thinking today to add X amount of people, start thinking about which roles I can actually bring in an AI agent in addition to my human employees. That's the first thing you want to do, because now our subconscious mind does not think about it. I would like my audience to start thinking about it. Can I add a AI agent instead of a human in this role? And why should you do that? A AI agent, fully loaded, very good functional with the same output, could potentially cost one third of a human cost. So that's the rule of thumb. You can just go. It can be less, it could be more, but that's a general good rule where one human cost can easily be replaced with 3 fully loaded agents, or a multi-agent in this case. So that's the first thing, which means you get cost benefit. You can, but it starts from a role, right? If that role does not have any physical touch or this thing, it can be done over the phone or email or online meetings and these things, then yes, that role can be replaced with a AI agent, right? So that's the first piece. I also spoke about the cost, so it is better in your budget. It is budget friendly. Now coming to the performance of the agents, right? These agents are capable of, one, working 24 hours non-stop, which means it does not clock in at 8 o'clock and clocks out at 5. No, it works 24 hours, number one. Once trained, once locked in with the procedures or processes and objectives, it will constantly follow that rigorously. And we can always improve it. So that's another advantage. You can be certain in terms of the output instead of a variable output with a human. The third piece is it can be multilingual on the fly. So I'm in the United States, Greg, you are in Canada. We both are neighboring countries, but our language preferences are different. Like French is an important language in Canada, Spanish is an important language in US, and likewise. And both of these countries are very diverse in terms of ethnicities, which means more and more languages do matter when it comes to a B2C type of business. So it can switch languages on the fly. So that's another big advantage I would like to highlight. So agents are capable to do so. Agents are also capable to learn very quickly. It is up to us how much knowledge we load in the back end and how much knowledge we basically keep it updated every frequently. So based on the, if you recall the challenges we spoke in the beginning, all those challenges can be easily addressed with a caveat that yes, can that role be replaced with the AI agent? It means this agent cannot do any physical stuff and so on yet. We don't have robots paired with the AI agent yet, but I think that's the future for sure. It will happen soon. But until then, you have to pick and choose which roles is possible. And then finally, these agents' capability. These agents are will and can interact with other humans in the same way a human interacts, which means agents can talk to us on an online meeting. Agent can pick up the phone, call or answer a phone call, receive and send an email, text, WhatsApp, Microsoft Teams, Slack, you name it, all the channels are possible. In fact, we are working already on a technology where the agent can see and judge your emotions, your color of your shirt, and those things through a webcam. And this is bizarre, right? Like, this is crazy, but we are already there at that point of technology. So it can take any input, any output, and it will interact with other humans, just like how a normal human worker works. It's just that it's online. So that's the capabilities, that's how the benefits, and with the advice is pick the right role and we can help you with that right agent. So
Yeah, amazing explanation. So I just want to stress a couple of points that you made there for our audience, because I'm putting myself in the audience's shoes. They may not have thought or realized that the AI agents we're talking about act like humans, right? Like, probably a lot of the audience members are used to kind of little bots kind of helping out with little things, or using AI as like a search engine, right? But a lot of the audience probably doesn't maybe realize that we're creating, and certainly other AI agents are available out there that fill a human role. You can speak to them, you can email them, you can text them. They can have responsibilities. You manage them like they're people. I mean, they're literally, we talked about this, creating the new org chart. The modern day org chart has humans in the org chart and also has AI agents sharing roles. In fact, we've done a training video recently. We should put a link to the post to our training video, which talks about this blueprint. How do you create an organization that has humans and AI agents coexisting on the same teams? But that's really what you're talking about. That's the secret. You need to be able to interact with them in human-like fashion, and all those different capabilities, and you need to be able to trust them to do the work like you trust humans to fulfill their roles. Amazing stuff. Maybe now's a good time
I
to
think we
shift
should
to
show
start showing
people
what we're talking about.
show that org chart slide, which is very, very interesting actually. Here you go. This is exactly what Greg was talking about. We are having some very interesting conversation with our prospects and customers where, if you see on the left side, this is the traditional classic organization chart with only humans here. I mean, this is an example of a small company, but it applies to mid-size and enterprise also. What we are actually helping our customers is with this. We are helping customers with augmenting their organization with AI. Now look at the transition from a 10 employee company to a 10 employee company here as well. But there are 21 more employees which are from AI. They are AI assistants and AI agents. These are workers who are doubling, tripling, or quadruple the capacity of the company alongside human without you have to let go of your people. But what the message here is, today it's very much possible to bring in a new employee as an AI agent, and that is what we help. And it's a very interesting slide.